Conformity Gate is 100% real, and I'm about to prove to you why. For those of you that don't know, Stranger Things capped off their 5-season-long series last week on December 31st, New Year's Eve. They capped off this season with 8 episodes, and episode 8 was set to be our finale and the last time we see our beloved characters of Hawkins. Or so we thought. Last night on the Tonight Show, there was this little skit that Henry's actor did, or Jamie Bauer, and you guessed it, the length of the skit was 1 minute and 7 seconds long, and he even cuts to this part at the end where he says, "Tomorrow it begins." Now, when he kept asking about, "Oh, Vecna's gone, Vecna's dead, right?" Jamie wouldn't give an answer. So it leaves this real funny feeling to us fans, especially if you go back and watch the interview. It's a good one. And if you go and look, there are references to sevens throughout the entire series. But Stranger Things did also post this TikTok over here with Mr. Clark, their science teacher. And can you guys see what the clock says? 107. And if you look in one of the final scenes where they're in the Wheeler's basement, you can see multiple board games that say "What's It" on it, which, it's just another term that we called our boy Henry by. So now I'm just going to talk about a few little things that don't really start to add up with, first of all, why is our mom, Steve, why is he a baseball coach? He was known as a basketball player. The only association he really has with baseball is when he was messing up Demogorgons with his baseball bat, or when Vecna seen him in the Upside Down with it. There's a few things I'd like to bring up here with graduation. First of all, why are they in orange like they're in prison jumpsuits? Are they trapped in Vecna's mind and they're prisoners within his mind? Why are 12 of them wearing glasses? They never really explained why Vecna needed 12 children, but there's 12 here that have glasses on. We have blank signage in the back. And going back to the prison jumpsuit color, their school colors are green and yellow. And in Nancy's book, she even references them wearing green at graduation. And Dustin gives his great speech, flips off the principal like a boss, does his little tribute to Eddie, but then opens up and sees his Hellfire shirt. And the shirt's not correct. Maybe it's one that he made on his own, but the symbols look a little off and the colors aren't there like the other Hellfire shirts. And I know there's so many little things I'm nitpicking here, but we don't hear about the love of Dustin's life, Susie, at all this entire season. And then this girl, popular girl, asks them to come to a party, and we don't hear anything about them going to it. Instead, they go and play D&D in the basement. It's just little things are not adding up. And part of the reason why I think Susie wasn't brought up into this or at this point, or why Dustin didn't say, "Oh, no, sorry, I'm with Susie," is because maybe he's still with Susie, but Vecna doesn't know who she is. Still don't believe me? All right, let's look at the tape decks back behind Robin's sound studio, her Squawk. Do you know what this says in Morse code? It says, "You did not stop me." And then Robin proceeds to go on about how, this is not the same Hawkins that she remembers. What is there to talk about? It's been 18 months since all that happened. How do you mean what? How do you not have anything to talk about? There's so much that within 18 months you're telling me there's nothing, especially in the 80s. Now there's so many little things I could go on and on and on about. But when it comes down to it, I think there is way too much evidence for there not to be something regarding Conformity Gate, whether they address it now or they let it go out years from now. Maybe they make it up on the animated series, or they pick the season back up or pick the show back up when they're all older and grown up, and then they realize that they've been asleep this whole time because, hey, maybe they're all stuck in Vecna's dream world. Maybe all the characters are sitting there with the Vecna tube in their mouth like we see over here, or things like that. And with all that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious if it is just me and just a few people on the internet that are freaking out about this and saying, "Oh my gosh, Conformity Gate is real," or maybe we're just coping it in a bad way, that we're going to miss our favorite show. But I don't know about you guys.
I don't believe in coincidences.